Ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate the power of resilience, the courage to break boundaries, and the relentless pursuit of dreams. Imagine a young girl growing up in a world that often tells her who she should be, what she can achieve, and where she belongs. But instead of listening to those voices, she chooses to rewrite the rules. She doesn't fit into the mold, she shatters it. With a heart full of ambition and a mind that refuses to settle, she takes a path filled with uncertainty, criticism, and challenges that could make anyone quit. But quitting was never an option. When the world doubted her, she chose to believe in herself. When the doors closed, she built new ones. When people said, she asked, why not? Life is unpredictable. It will throw storms your way when you least expect them, test your patience when you're on the verge of giving up, and push you into darkness just to see if you have the courage to find your own light. The truth is, challenges are not obstacles, they are invitations, opportunities to rise above what you thought was possible. Imagine standing at the edge of a dream, knowing that failure is a possibility, that rejection is inevitable, and that doubt will follow you like a shadow. Most people turn back, afraid of the unknown. But then there are those who step forward despite the fear. They embrace the struggle, take the criticism, and transform pain into power. This is what sets achievers apart, not the absence of failure, but the refusal to be defeated by it. Every rejection, every loss, every moment of uncertainty is a lesson in disguise. When the world told her she wasn't good enough, she didn't let those words define her, she let them fuel her. When one path closed, she found another. When doors were slammed in her face, she didn't walk away. She knocked again, louder, bolder, until the world had no choice but to listen. Because resilience is not about never falling, it's about always rising. Strength is built in the moments when no one is watching, when the world doesn't believe in you, when you're left with nothing but your own faith. Those who dare to keep going, who refuse to surrender to failure, become unstoppable. Success doesn't belong to those who had it easy. It belongs to those who had every reason to quit, but chose to fight anyway. So the next time life challenges you, remember this. You are stronger than your setbacks, greater than your fears, and destined for more than what the world expects of you. Do not run from difficulties, face them. Do not fear failure, embrace it. Because resilience isn't just about surviving hardships, it's about turning them into stepping stones for something greater. And the moment we take our first steps in life, the world begins to draw invisible lines around us, expectations of who we should be, limits on what we can achieve, unspoken rules about where we belong. But what if those lines are nothing more than illusions? What if the only real limits are the ones we accept? The greatest stories are written by those who refuse to stay within the boundaries set for them. They step beyond comfort, beyond convention, and beyond the fears that keep most people confined. It takes courage to break free from what is familiar, to walk into the unknown with nothing but the belief that you are meant for more. Many will question you, some will try to hold you back, and others will tell you that you are aiming too high. But the ones who make history are the ones who refuse to listen. She was told that success had rules, that dreams came with conditions, that there were places she did not belong. But instead of accepting those limitations, she chose to challenge them. Instead of blending in, she stood out. Instead of seeking permission, she created her own space. Because true success is not about fitting in, it is about redefining what is possible. Breaking boundaries is not about proving others wrong. It is about proving yourself right. It is about stepping into spaces where no one like you has gone before and refusing to apologize for your ambition. It is about carrying your dreams boldly, without hesitation, without fear, and without waiting for the world's approval. The moment you stop seeking validation and start trusting your own voice, you become unstoppable. So, when life presents you with limits, question them. When someone tells you that your dreams are too big, remind them that the greatest achievements in history were once considered impossible. The world will try to define you, but in the end, only you decide who you are. Break the boundaries, rewrite the rules, and show the world that greatness has no limits. The world has a way of making us doubt ourselves. It whispers that we are not enough, that we don't belong, that success is reserved for a chosen few. It creates a false belief that our worth is measured by how others see us, by their approval, their validation, their opinions. But the truth is, the moment you stop seeking permission to believe in yourself is the moment you set yourself free. No one else can define your potential. No one else has the right to decide how far you can go. The voices around you will always have something to say. Some will lift you up, some will try to pull you down. But the most important voice in your life is the one inside you. When she was told she wasn't good enough, she didn't let those words break her. She used them as fuel. When the world questioned her ability, she didn't shrink herself to fit expectations. She rose to shatter them, because true confidence is not given by the world, it is built from within. There will be moments of doubt, moments when failure feels final, moments when fear grips you so tightly that turning back seems easier than moving forward. But in those moments, you have a choice. You can let the world's doubts become your reality, or you can remind yourself who you are, what you are capable of, and why you started in the first place. The people who go the farthest in life are not always the ones who have the most talent or the most resources, but the ones who refuse to let anyone else decide their worth. Your dreams are valid, your voice matters, and your ambitions deserve space in this world. Do not wait for others to tell you that you are ready. Do not wait for a sign that you are worthy. The only approval you will ever need is your own. Believe in yourself so fiercely that even the world has no choice but to believe in you too, until you create them. The world may tell you to wait for the right moment, to follow the usual path, to take what is given. But those who achieve greatness don't wait for doors to open. They build their own, knock louder, and if necessary, break down barriers that stand in their way. She was not born into a world that guaranteed success. There was no blueprint, no map showing her the way. There were moments of rejection, moments of uncertainty, moments when the easiest thing to do would have been to accept defeat, but she didn't. Instead of seeing closed doors as the end of the road, she saw them as a challenge. She learned, adapted, and carved her own path, proving that those who dare to dream big must also dare to take action. Many people wait for opportunities, hoping that one day the right chance will come along. But waiting is not a strategy. You don't find success by standing still. You create it by moving forward, even when the way isn't clear. It takes courage to step into the unknown, to risk failure, to take chances when there are no guarantees. But every great achievement in history was made by someone who refused to wait for permission. Success is not reserved for the lucky, it belongs to the relentless. It belongs to those who see obstacles as stepping stones, who turn rejection into motivation, and who refuse to accept limits placed upon them. If you want something, go after it. If the world doesn't offer you a seat at the table, build your own table. If the path doesn't exist, create one, because the future doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who take action, who believe in their own power, and who are unafraid to make things happen. Success is never just about the trophies, the applause, or the recognition. It is about the impact you leave behind, the lives you touch, and the doors you open for those who come after you. The world teaches us to chase achievement, to accumulate titles and accolades, to prove our worth through external validation. But the true measure of greatness is not in how high you rise. It is in how many others you lift along the way. She didn't just dream for herself, she dreamed for others. She knew that breaking barriers was not just about personal success, it was about rewriting the rules so that the next generation wouldn't have to fight the same battles. She used her voice not only to celebrate her victories, but to amplify the voices of those who were unheard, because real success is not selfish. It is shared. It is not about being the only one at the top. It is about making sure that others have the courage to climb as well. Many people believe that success is a destination, a peak to be conquered, an end goal. But the truth is, it is a journey of constant growth, evolution, and contribution. The ones who leave a legacy are not just the ones who achieve great things, but the ones who use their success to create opportunities for others. They understand that influence is not about control, but about inspiration, that leadership is not about power, but about service, and that the real joy of success comes from giving back. No matter how far you go, never forget to reach back and pull someone else up. No matter how much you achieve, never stop using your voice to create change. The world does not need more people who succeed for themselves. It needs more people who turn their success into a force for good. Because at the end of the day, true greatness is not measured by what you have, it is measured by what you give. Life is not meant to be lived in the shadows of doubt and fear. Too often, people spend their days trying to be what the world expects, hiding parts of themselves to fit into a mold that was never meant for them. But the most powerful thing you can do in this life is to own your story. Every success, every setback, every scar, and every lesson, because who you are in your rawest, most unapologetic form is enough. If you want to live a life that is truly your own, you must stop apologizing for who you are. Stop waiting for permission to take up space. Stop thinking that you have to be flawless to be worthy of success. Your story, exactly as it is enough. The setbacks, the struggles, the lessons, the victories, they all belong to you and they all make you who you are. And when you finally embrace every part of your journey without hesitation, without fear, you become unstoppable. There will always be voices telling you to stay in your place, to lower your expectations, to dream within limits that make others comfortable. The world has a way of making people believe that greatness is reserved for a select few, that success belongs only to those born into privilege, that ambition must be tamed. But the truth is, the ones who rise are not the ones who wait for permission. They are the ones who dare to take their place unapologetically, fearlessly, and without hesitation. She was never afraid to dream beyond what was expected of her. She refused to be boxed in by stereotypes, by opinions, by limitations that others tried to impose. She stepped into spaces where people said she didn't belong, and instead of asking for approval, she proved that she had every right to be there. She was not just chasing success, She was rewriting the definition of it. Because those who truly make an impact are the ones who dare to be different, to be bold, to be more than what the world tells them they can be. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not just talent, intelligence, or luck. It is the courage to take risks, to step forward even when the path is unclear, to bet on yourself when no one else will. Most people let fear hold them back, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of standing out. But the ones who create history are the ones who feel the fear and rise anyway. You were not meant to shrink yourself to fit into the expectations of others. You were not meant to dim your light so that others feel comfortable. You were meant to rise, to take up space, to own your ambition without apology. No dream is too big, no goal is too far, no challenge is too great. The world will always have opinions, but only you get to decide who you are. So stand tall, speak loud, dream big, and when the world tries to make you small, dare to rise even higher. Life does not come with guarantees. It does not promise an easy road, a perfect plan, or a clear path to success. It challenges, it tests, and it demands more from those who dare to dream beyond the ordinary. But within every challenge lies an opportunity to rise, to fight, to prove that limits are meant to be broken. The journey of success is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about creating it. It is about standing tall in your truth, embracing every flaw, every setback, and every victory, knowing that your story is uniquely yours to write. She has shown the world that success is not about where you come from, but about how far you are willing to go. It is not about luck or privilege. It is about resilience, about having the audacity to believe in yourself when no one else does, about turning rejection into redirection and setbacks into stepping stones. She did not wait for doors to open. She built her own path. She did not allow the world to define her. She redefined the world. Her journey is proof that ambition has no boundaries, that talent knows no nationality, and that true power lies in those who refuse to be confined by expectations. The lesson in her story is clear. You have the power to shape your own destiny. No dream is too big, no challenge too impossible, and no voice too small. The world will always have its doubts, its critics, its rules, but the ones who rise are the ones who refuse to be limited by them. The only permission you need is your own. The only validation that matters is the belief you have in yourself. You are not meant to live a life of hesitation, of waiting for the perfect moment, of playing it safe. You are meant to take risks, to dream boldly, to stand in your power without apology. So go out there and own your story, take up space, dare to rise, build the life you dream of, not the one the world expects of you. And when you finally reach the heights you once thought were impossible, don't just stand there alone. Turn around, lift others, and remind the world that success is not just about reaching the top. It's about breaking barriers so that others can rise too, because in the end, true greatness is not about what you achieve. It is about the legacy you leave behind. Life does not come with guarantees. It does not promise an easy road, a perfect plan, or a clear path to success. It challenges, it tests, and it demands more from those who dare to dream beyond the ordinary. But within every challenge lies an opportunity to rise, to fight, to prove that limits are meant to be broken. The journey of success is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about creating it. It is about standing tall in your truth, embracing every flaw, every setback, and every victory, knowing that your story is uniquely yours to write. She has shown the world that success is not about where you come from, but about how far you are willing to go. It is not about luck or privilege. It is about resilience, about having the audacity to believe in yourself when no one else does, about turning rejection into redirection and setbacks into stepping stones. She did not wait for doors to open. She redefined the world. Her journey is proof that ambition has no boundaries, that talent knows no nationality, and that true power lies in those who refuse to be confined by expectations. The lesson in her story is clear. You have the power to shape your own destiny. No dream is too big, no challenge too impossible, and no voice too small. The world will always have its doubts, its critics, its rules, but the ones who rise are the ones who refuse to be limited by them. The only permission you need is your own. The only validation that matters is the belief you have in yourself. You are not meant to live a life of hesitation, of waiting for the perfect moment, of playing it safe. You are meant to take risks, to dream boldly, to stand in your power without apology. So go out there and own your story, take up space, dare to rise. Build the life you dream of, not the one the world expects of you. And when you finally reach the heights you once thought were impossible, don't just stand there alone. Turn around, lift others, and remind the world that success is not just about reaching the top. It's about breaking barriers so that others can rise too, because in the end, true greatness is not about what you achieve. It is about the legacy you leave behind.